Okay, welcome back to Logie Timber. Today we have a power cut, which is great, an organized power cut from SSE. So the whole meat shed's off. So today we are focusing on our 3S. So we use lean manufacturing as a core of everything we do here. And 3S stands for sort, sweep, and standardize. So the process starts off with sort because you get rid of all the stuff you don't use day to day. And it's easier to keep your station clean if you don't have a lot of stuff. So the first thing to go through, which you can see Bollard's doing in the side of us here, is just he's been pulling out stuff from underneath the bench, taking everything out that's just underneath in his sections. He's got total responsibility of one section, pulling all that stuff out and just going, like, do we need this? And if not, we'll just get rid of it. We either sell it, bin it, we'll put it in storage if it's something we're going to use in the future, but just get it out of your workspace, just get it out of the site. So the first one's sort. Next one is sweep, and sweep is exactly as it sounds, just going around tidying everything, making sure everything's clean, everything's organized. But the big one with the sweep is you're not just going around with a brush sweeping up. You're going around checking for imperfections as well, checking for defects, so you're inspecting as you go. Good example here of where we're sweeping, spotting, looking for imperfections and things that are broken. So underneath here, we were sweeping out underneath here, we noticed that this bit is totally broken and come away from underneath. That's why all of these bags are now just falling through here. So we'll take this all apart, get that repaired, and then carry on with the sweep. And then the last one, standardize, which I'm sure we'll get some great footage of at some point. Standardize is the most important in my opinion. So standardize is making sure that everything in your station, all the tools you need and only the tools you need, have a designated space, a specific spot, and that they're labeled and the spot is labeled. An awesome example of standardize. So this area, a really crucial part of the business, the planing section, we need to keep our time focused on pushing timber through the machine. So any time that's wasted hunting for tools or looking for parts is absolutely non-value added and a complete waste that the customer doesn't want to pay for. So standardizing your tools, as Paul's done here on his section, makes a huge difference so he knows exactly where everything is. The added benefit, especially with this machine, is because it's got whacking great big doors on it, it's very easy. You could leave a spanner, you could leave a screwdriver in that machine without knowing it. But this allows you to go back and double check. So when he's about to turn on the machine, he'll open the drawer, just make sure that all of the tools are back into their spot, and then he can comfortably and confidently shut the drawer, turn the machine on and not worry that there's a tool sitting inside the machine at all. There's still a tiny bit of labeling still to do on these. So, this one hasn't been labeled yet, but the space has. So if that went wandering about in the mill somewhere, it wouldn't be clear that it came back to here. So we need to put a label onto these, but everything else is pretty much good to go. So yeah, really awesome example of standardize that. And that's just in shadow foam that we bought online. So dead easy to do. We did it ourselves. You just cut the shapes out. So yeah, great work, that one. So sort, sweep, and standardize. Ollie's work in progress here. So we have a load of offcuts as we're cutting the hardwood processes. Boards come in, all different random shapes. We cut them down, we end up with these offcuts. And instead of them just ending up in the fire or being useless or whatever, we just put them down to the shop and for sale, and we keep the price super cheap and just make them have a home because someone will use them for something, and it's just good material to play around with. So Ollie's made this box here, and the idea of that is it's on the pallet forks, so it's super easy to move around, nice and tidy, nice and quick. That will sit in this area here when he's started to finish this off. It's just getting the whole thing at the moment, so that will sit in there nice and tidy, and then we'll label it up so we know where all the offcuts and stuff live. So another example here is Hamish is just kind of taken over this area. So Hamish is the guy that makes and manufactures all of our table leg kits, does any hardwood commissions for customers. So he has not long been here. He's only been a couple of months working with us. So we've given him this area here, and he's just started today to start making it his own. So we've gone through and cleared out all the stuff underneath the benches. He'll start making set locations for all of his tools. He's put up these basic shadow boards on the wall here. Again, it's still work in progress. We need to make sure that they're all labeled and everything on the board is labeled so it's clear and obvious where it goes. These are great as well, you know, the magnetic strips, we use these quite a lot. However, it still doesn't ironclad the standardization in my head, because that, if it takes away, we've got no idea what lives there, and we've got no idea where that lives. So we need to have a label on the tool and a label on the wall to show exactly what it is and where it stays. Yeah, starting off on a good foot, so a bit more work on this. We've also put in a new dust extraction pipe. So this is something for this area. We didn't really have great dust extraction. We've got it on the chop saw, but when he's using his smaller tools, it'd be great to have them plumb straight into the dust extraction and giving him a tool to be able to clean up nice and tidy. So again, just cutting down on the work and keeping him focused on the day-to-day tasks. I hope you enjoyed that little quick video about our 3S process. We're really keen on lean here. It's a big part of everything we do, and 3S is at the foundation of every single part of that. If you can get the 3S step right, everything else will follow. So start with the 3S and you can't go wrong. I carry on and do a few more of these videos. We'll carry on with the 3S forevermore. Like and subscribe if you want to keep in touch. Comment below. We'll keep in touch that way as well about any of the videos that you'd like to see. We'll post shorts and other bits and stuff every week. So yeah, nice one. Thanks guys.